What's up, y'all? It's your boy ThuglifeMMB, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Let's get it, big attitude adjuster.
Back then with true religion paying, but now they perk jeans. Been sneaking pistols in the class when number 13. Now we turn.
All right, y'all. So we got ThuglifeMMB
Yes.
off the porch with us today. I had to say that slow because I was low key finna get a whole tongue twisted. But we got ThuglifeMMB in the building with us today. How are you feeling?
I'm all right. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. So I know we're like getting into 2023. We like what, almost out of January. So how has this year been treating you so far?
It's all right. I'm trying to see how it gonna go. Right now, it's all right. Going nothing out of the extraordinary, nothing like that.
Do you have a pretty good feeling about it, especially with your music career?
For sure. Especially dealing with the music, yeah. I feel like 2023 gonna be the one.
Right. I'm not gonna lie, it just feels good. Like for whatever reason, it's something in the air that like anything that you wanna do or like any craft that you really wanna do, it just feels amazing as hell.
Yeah.
Now let's get into your background, because I know you from all over Atlanta. So just talk about your experiences that you had to go through in your childhood and like different life lessons that you had to learn at an early age.
My childhood, see, I'm originally from the Wicked West, but with my dad and them, or my brother and dad and them, they stayed on the east, so we stayed over there. I done went through the east a little bit. See the east over there, that's where I kind of got to goddamn live out my brother them name, meet a lot of them folk, meet a lot of they folk who mattered. They were turned on that end, so. But with that West, that's where I really grew up and made my name. And as far as me coming up, it was, you know, typical young nigga shit. Want to be in the streets, learning from the streets, trying to find a way, see if I'm gonna ever get out the streets, shit like that.
So I had watched an interview of yours, and they had asked you what was like your biggest sacrifice, and you stated that your biggest sacrifice was like the streets. So I do want to ask you, when it came to your music career, because you know, when it comes to you pursuing a music career and trying to be in the streets still, like it don't work out. So when would you say like you decided to kind of chill out and focus on your music career?
To be honest, I still ain't chilled out. It just like, I ain't as stupid as I was. But as far as like, see that shit ain't just nothing you could just up and do once you done did it for so long. Like, I've been doing the street shit way longer than the music, so that's my true nature, that's who I am. So I ain't even fully escaped that shit yet. So it's like, shit, that got to go, cause you wanna go somewhere. That shit got to go, man. That shit got to go, but once you get on your grind and once you go to start worrying about that shit, you might have a nigga who feel like, oh, he getting soft. Spank him, now you back in it.
Right.
So it like, you got to figure out what you gonna do. You wanna do the streets or the music? If you wanna do the music, you gotta let the street go.
Do you feel like with your decision making, when it comes to that, do you feel like you're getting a little bit closer to where you wanna be completely done and just focus on your music career?
Yeah, I'm at that point. I wanna be done. And I really been done mentally. It just physically, I'm still out here. So it's like, yeah, I want to be done at this point right now. I want to be done with this shit. It comes with too much, and the music is fun. You feel me? I like the energy from the music versus the street. Like, for example, you go Google my real name, and you see nothing but some gruesome shit. But if you go Google ThuglifeMMB, man, that shit ain't nothing but love. So I rather it more positive over there.
If you weren't pursuing your music career, like growing up, did you have any type of other careers that you wanted to do?
Nah, I ain't see the music.
Really?
Yeah, I come from being lost, I ain't even see the music.
Really? I know you mentioned in one of your other interviews too that like music wasn't even like something that you wanted to pursue for real.
Nah, that shit slipped forced on me. And I do believe it was a part of my journey. I just had to get to that point because the way it going now, it's hard to believe that this wasn't what I was supposed to be doing.
Right.
So I ain't gonna lie, I feel like it was forced on me, but when it was time.
Oh, so when it was forced on you, did you have a hard time accepting like, damn, I might be cold at this and I just need to go ahead and take it and go all the way in with it?
I had a hard time cause It's so crazy because I hate it. Like Troy, if he was sitting on the porch with me, he'll tell you like, Shawty hated rappers. I hated everything about the industries except for the real ones. I hated all that. I never wanted to be labeled a rapper. I never wanted to be in the industry. I just hated the shit that was going on. So I'm getting so fucking hard with this shit. They labeling me artist, rapper. So I had to grow up like.
You didn't have a choice.
Yeah, if you gonna be this crazy, what the fuck you think? What you want to call you? What the hell you want to be called?
Right.
So yeah, I had a hard time because I ain't just want to accept the shit that came with it. But now when you grow, you like shit. Why not?
And so with you saying that like you hated everything with the industry, what were the things that you really disliked about it, or still dislike about it?
The lies. The lie, like you gotta think about it. I'm out here in the field every day, living what they saying, but it don't sound right. It just don't sound right. It ain't, y'all lying. And we out here living this, and y'all misleading. Y'all not just lying, y'all misleading, because now y'all done created a bunch of monsters who really living like this, and this one in y'all life. So I just hated, that's the part that I hated about this shit the most.
I wonder, with that type of perspective, is it more so coming from a place of like them not living it, but misleading the youth to live that type of way, even though they're not living it?
It like, you ain't living it. Don't tell them to go do it. Tell them how the fuck you live for real. Tell them folk that you was not in this shit and you decided to rap and it worked for you. Don't tell them folks you was out here doing this and doing that and doing that. Cause me and my brother, we done even use some of these nigga music to go out here and do shit. And come to find out we get older, get out with these niggas, they ain't even like this. Y'all misleading, that's the biggest part for me, cause I was misled. I've been misled my whole life. So I'm knowing what it did to me, so I know what it'll do, period.
And when it comes to like learning lessons and the different things that you had to go through in life, did you learn basically off of trial and error? Like you had to physically do it yourself and realize like, damn, I can't be doing that? Or did you have somebody like kind of guiding you and helping you with how to move?
Both, cause it's some shit you just wanna do and you just gotta learn from. But I also sat back and watched I watch everybody, so I done learned from other people's mistakes.
Right.
So it's both with me, because I done did it and sat back and like, okay, I see how it went for you.
Right. And I do want to ask you, like, when you talk about being like misled all of your life, where would you say that really stems from?
My heart, see, I always had a great heart, like, I'd do whatever for you. And what make it worse is my interests. Like, say for instance, I show you I fuck with you with the money and I'm always fucking with you. Like, don't ever wanna see you fucked up. I ain't have no money. So the only way for me to show that I fuck with you is to protect you. And that means that's the next thing to money to people. Protection, like, oh damn, you'll do this about me. So a lot of niggas kinda seen like, oh, all we gotta do is just talk to him a little bit, you feel me, get close to him and he'll create a mass destruction. So that's where I was misled at. Instead of taking them and using it for some good shit, motherfucker used it to their own good.
So do you feel like people took advantage of like your overprotective nature?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that just stopped happening when I got smart enough.
So what were some things that you really cut out and set the boundaries for yourself when it came to that?
Nah, that's the crazy thing about it. I can preach it all day, but I still ain't just fully just stop letting motherfucker do that. Cause right now, a motherfucker show me, shit, I ain't finna do that for you. Motherfucker can show me, I ain't finna die for you shouting. Hell no, I ain't even finna live for you. So it don't matter to me. That ain't me. That ain't how I live. So I just don't hold people accountable like that.
Yeah. And also, I feel like with you, like, and you could definitely correct me if I'm wrong with this, I feel like you're probably one of the type of people where you take on a lot of people's problems.
Yeah, I've been like that. Yeah. But hell yeah, that just come with being with a good heart though.
So with you having a good heart and, you know, having to go through that, has it ever made you like a little bit bitter?
Yeah. Cause it done been times I done needed a motherfucker who I ain't never not been there for, and it'll make you bitter. It'll make you real bitter. But you just gotta line up and know, shit, that ain't me. So, they ain't do it for you. Don't mean don't do it for them, and they don't need you.
Right.
Keep thugging how you thugging, so.
Now, just to take it back into your music, let's get into the journey from you from the very beginning. How did this opportunity even present itself to you?
Man, trying to be supportive. Taking my ass to the studio with my boy them who rap. See, coming up on the Troy always tell a nigga, he'll always tell boy, shit, boy, you need to let them folk hear that shit. You need to let them folk know what you feel me. You need to go on. But you know, I always brush that off. Mm-hmm. But with Free World and So they listened to him. They started rapping and shit. So me just going, supporting them at the studio. I went to prison. And when I came home from prison, they like, shit, and the shit I went for and really came back home off for, they were like, shit, but you got to do something now. So they just kept, you got to rap. I'm steady brushing it out. So one day I'm going to support them at the studio session. It wasn't even for them. They set the motherfucker up for me to go in there and rap.
Oh, they wasn't playing around with you.
Nah, they weren't playing. They was not playing. So I went in there and said my life. It sounded good to them, but I ain't even really like it.
Really? What you didn't like about it?
Only thing I liked about it was, damn, I can talk to the microphone. That's the only thing I did like about it. I can listen to myself if ain't nobody else gonna do it. Mm-hmm. That's what I liked about it. But anything else, I ain't like how it sounded. I ain't like that I couldn't say everything I wanted to say because I wasn't smart enough at that point to say it without incriminating myself. That shit was fucking my brain. I ain't like it like that.
So your first time in the booth, how long would you say it took you to actually be consistent with going to the studio and making music?
I ain't gonna lie, after that song, I was in that bitch. Once I learned I could talk that much, I was in that motherfucker, I ain't gonna lie. And I wasn't rapping to be no rapper. Mm-hmm. I was really going in there every time. You can ask any engineer, producer in Atlanta, Georgia, I never set up a session and just said I want to rap. It been every time I set up a session, I'm going through something, I need to talk about it. And that's still to this day.
Wow, so music plays a really big part as in like therapy for you.
It do. It definitely do. That's what it is though. That's what it is.
What would you say was like a really dark time that music really got you through?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm going to tell you, the darkest time I done been through with the music is when everybody started hearing me and certain motherfuckers who made me do this shit kind of fell back up off me.
Like the support?
Fuck the support, the love. It's the love, like, niggas just kind of pulled back up off of me, started seeing me different. Cause like shit, we used to call him when he need him. If we in the studio, he'll come. But shit, how the hell he's starting to like the rap now. So if he in the studio, he slick on.
How he gonna be there for us?
That shit played that, but I talked about it in the music. You'll hear it through all my songs. I talked about it in the music and it got me through it. I'm like, shit, I ain't mad at nobody. I don't hate y'all for this. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna show y'all this while I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, that's actually really deep. That's really deep.
I can tell how you looking at me. She's like, yeah, nigga deep.
No, yeah, because like, it's just like a thing where like, I feel like other people are acting off in like a selfishness. Like a selfishness.
But that's my biggest problem. That's my biggest problem. I ain't, selfish. Whew. Man, in my life, boy, if I would have been probably way better off if I would have been a little selfish. Boy, you can have it, everything, the whole me. You can have that shit. I don't care. Especially not no money. That shit small. You like, I'm not used to having money. You can have it. Mm-hmm. But when you ain't got it, you ain't giving the motherfucker think you won't do it. They won't even see your heart for real. You just ain't getting it to him. I don't know if he got it or not, but I know damn sure every time he do got it, I can have it.
Right.
So being selfish, that shit, if I would have did a little more of that, I feel like I would have been further.
And you want to know what's a good thing though? It's not too late to do that.
But that ain't me. I'm gonna keep going. I'm still climbing. It just may be slower than others, but I'm coming. Mm-hmm. I'm all right with me.
Right.
I don't want to be selfish.
Right.
When I get them M's, I don't want to get them M's and become selfish. Hell no, that defeat the purpose of why I did it. I'm thugging how I'm thugging. I ain't gonna change me. I like it. Slow, as long as it go. I'm with it.
Now, getting into you and Trouble's relationship, I know you guys were really close. So with that, could you just kind of give us some insight on what it was like having a person like Trouble in your life?
That was just like when I got introduced to the music. Like him, that's like big brother guidance. I ain't gonna lie, right now I feel more like his son than anything. But I can't explain it. I can't explain it. It's so hard to explain, cause like it's deep. Like we cry together. Like ain't nothing wrong with it. In the middle of the club, and outside in the parking lot, like shit so deep. Whatever, like that shit deep, man. I don't know. Big brother.
Do you feel like Atlanta showed Trouble his proper flowers when he left?
Nah. Oh, you said when he left? Yeah, hell yeah. I fought with hell yeah, for sure.
And currently, do you feel like he's still getting his proper flowers, or do you feel like it kind of slowed down and everybody went back to their own lives?
That ain't up to them. It's up to us to make sure he get his flower. He gone. That ain't up to them. They did what all they could do. How long they supposed to remember him? If you feel me, they went that close. That's up to us.
Right.
He gonna get them flowers. That's up to us right there. That's my job. To make sure he do that.
One interesting thing that I found when I was watching one of your interviews is that you stated how you were really quiet. Like you never even used to talk to people like that until like you really started doing the music stuff.
Yeah, ask him. I didn't talk.
So it's
like
the
only person I talk to.
Really?
My little brother, my baby brother, man, I ain't talked to nobody but Shawty for a long time. And I was on the run, couldn't go home, so I wasn't talking to my little brother no more. That's the only person I talk, and him and his mama. I ain't say no word. I ain't say no words. I listened to everything though.
Wow, so how does it feel now? Because you know with your music career, like you're gonna have to talk more and stuff like that.
See, get what? I was supposed to listen for all them years I sat quiet. Now I know what to say. I know what to say. I was in the learning process. All that shit I felt like I was learning. I was in school. Now I had time to goddamn, graduate. So I feel like I could talk now, like relationships, building and all that. I understand the importance. School taught me that before I left. He brought me out this shit. He showed me that you gotta open your mouth. You can't sound as good on his music and you got to, and I became a people person.
Right. As an observer, what do you feel like you really learned about people?
I feel like watching everybody and different type of people, I feel like all of them, you gotta learn that person, learn them for real. And I feel like everybody can be loved. Like, I don't give a fuck what a person done did. Like, it's something good about this person. I learned that about everybody.
Right.
Like, no matter how much bullshit you got in, I done seen good in some of everybody.
And also, as an observer, do you feel like people expose their cards too early?
See, get what? When motherfuckers exposing their card, they don't know when they expose them. They don't know they exposing them too early. They don't know what the hell they doing. You just certain shit you can't keep up for long.
Right.
So that be shit, that showing your hand shit, that shit be hidden. That's just you being you. It's gonna come eventually. No matter it's early, late, it's gonna come.
Now, what would you say has been your most humbling experience with your music career?
I've been humble. I don't know. I've been humble my whole career because I'm hard. I don't walk around here with my head blowed up. So I've been humble with the music.
Now, when it comes to the Atlanta music scene, I actually took the time to observe the music scene in Atlanta, and I would say it's very diverse. Like, I feel like there's different levels and like different type of sounds that you could explore here. So with that being said, where do you feel like you really fit with Atlanta's music scene?
I am Atlanta music scene.
Period.
I'm just the one who come up on the ground. But once them folks see, like, hold on, I am Atlanta. I was born at Atlanta Medical. It was Georgia Baptist. I'm Atlanta. So it ain't the music. As long as I'm rapping, I'm so Atlanta. As long as I'm rapping, I'm on the Atlanta rap scene. I did too much in my city. They knew me way before the music.
And how does it feel like, you know, being able to be in the position that you're in and being able to even pursue a music career and get support from your city?
You said, hold on, you said it again?
I said a lot, huh?
Nah,
That's a lot. Basically, how does it feel to receive support from your city, even with you not even wanting to pursue a rap career at first?
Yeah, I fought with it.
Uh-huh.
I fought with it. You fuck with me, I fought with you. I fought with it. I appreciate it.
And also, I know you mentioned earlier, what did we talk about earlier? You had mentioned something, and you was talking about relationships. I was gonna ask you, how are you with heartbreaks? Like, if a girl breaks your heart, how do you deal with that?
I ain't got my heart broken one time. I just don't see it happening no
You never
more.
did.
I just can't see it happening no more.
Really? Did you? So, oh shoot. So, are you guarded now with relationships?
I expect way less. That's all it is. My expectations, like, I ain't really like. It depends on who I'm dealing with. Like, you know what I expect from you. You know what I feel like you'll do. So, the first heartbreak was the last one. I don't feel that no more.
I know that's right. Set the standard, okay? Now let's talk about your album, Little Trouble. So with that album, let's talk about the impact that it had on you and what it truly meant for you.
It was just a tribute to school. That was for my brother. I had done just lost him. I didn't know what to do. And I had to drop because I was just getting out. I was post these folk blowing my top by dropping. So I had to drop, and I been gonna drop Little Trouble, but he always wanted me to just, he said, keep going first. He like, don't worry about dropping. Don't worry about just, he like, I know you appreciate me. Keep going, you feel me? So I was already gonna drop Little Trouble, but when he died, I'm like, shit, I don't know what else to do but drop Little Trouble.
How therapeutic would you say this project was for you?
It really wasn't therapeutic for me. Cause when you lose somebody like that, it ain't too much shit gonna be therapeutic. It's therapeutic for them, and I appreciate that. That's what's kind of therapeutic to me. They know that folk really fucking with me like that and telling me like it's therapeutic to them. But it wasn't therapeutic to me at all. I don't find therapy from losing Shawty. I don't know what to do. I would get mad in the middle of a studio session cause like he won't say something like that shit ain't nothing therapeutic right now. They just cause it's still fresh to me.
Right. Can I ask you how your grieving process has been? Like, honestly, truly, how has it been?
I got to see on too much. I can't grieve right now. I can't grieve right now. So I'm gonna keep going and stay doing something. I ain't really trip. I can't too much be grieving right now. I grieve later, and when it do hit, it'll hit. But I'll be in a better space. It'll be more safe for it to hit later on down the line.
Now, just to take it back to the music, I know you dropped your last EP that you dropped was Little Trouble. So, have you been working on any other body of work to release?
For a day or something, I'm gonna drop a tape for a day or something.
You already got the title for it?
I'm thinking about Legend Made by Letdown, or shit, man, Thug Cry, or some crazy shit. I don't really got no name. Between something, them two though, and one more I forgot.
Right. Ooh, really quick, just to touch back on Little Trouble. I know your first thing on the track was Depression. And with that song in specific, like, why did you feel to start the need with that song even titled Depression?
That's the first song I made after school died. Yeah, that's the first song I did after he died. First song on the first song on the tape, and that's the song on Instagram anticipated the most. They really wanted that motherfucker, so I like, shit, they want this bit bad. Make it the first one. First song I did when Shawty died. Yeah, that where it came from.
What would you say is like something that you would want people to know about you when it comes to your artistry and your music?
One thing about my music, you won't hear me rapping about nothing else but what I seen, did, been through. I don't put nothing else in it. Like, you won't hear me exaggerate a little bit. Everything is me and what I've been through, so you can sit back and really visualize. Like, you can sit back and really paint the picture with these lyrics, because they true.
And with your next project that you're gonna be dropping in the summer, what type of vibes can we expect on that?
I'm going crazy.
Period. I know that's right.
Fuck all the depression, fuck all the sad shit for right now. I'm gonna get them folks something they can. Oh yeah, this what we be looking for them from. I'm gonna get them something to go crazy too. It's gonna be summertime too.
Oh yeah, you gonna make something for the women?
I got something for the women.
You got something for us? You got something for us to turn up to in the club?
You ain't no young tender or nothing like that, but I got you something.
Okay, we gonna need that, because we need the men to go back making songs for the bad bitches, because you know we still like to turn up in the clubs and stuff like that. So remember, I told you this, we still like to turn up in the clubs.
I bet, so they gonna be something I think about.
Bet. And so just for the new year, where do you really see yourself as an artist?
Up and coming. The biggest, I'm not an underdog. I ain't no underdog. I was gonna say underdog, but I ain't no underdog. I'm coming. That's what I am. I'm coming. I'm on your ass. I'm coming. I swear to God.
You need to talk your shit to this one right here.
I'm coming. ThuglifeMMB on your ass. I'm telling you, my words is coming, y'all. He coming. I don't know what to say but that. And when I come, I'm gonna say I came. I'm here.
And we gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
And before we wrap up, do you have any last words or any advice that you feel like people need to hear?
Hey, be you, cause get what? I'ma say that there. You'll never know what the hell you gon' act when you be you. Fuck everybody else. Fuck what they interested in. What are you interested in? Be you, and don't be ashamed of it. Everybody ain't gotta be no gangster. Everybody ain't gotta be no doctor. Be you. Whatever you wanna do. And stand on it.
Back then with true religion paying, but now they perk jeans. Been sneaking pistols in the class when I'm at 13. Now we turn victims in the ash to keep the shirt.